Hey everyone, welcome back to RideZoneBikes. Today we are doing a full review of the 2025 Royal Enfield Meteor 350, one of the most popular entry-level cruisers in the Indian market and now refreshed for this year. This is a bike that has always balanced classic design with modern practicality, and the 2025 version pushes that even further with new features, revised detailing, and a pricing strategy that makes it very competitive. By the end of this review you will know what's new, how it performs, how it feels on the road, and whether it's worth your money. Let's start with what has changed in 2025. Royal Enfield hasn't reinvented the Meteor but has smartly upgraded some elements that matter to riders. The most obvious addition is LED lighting across variants, giving the bike sharper visibility and a more modern look. The indicators and the headlamp now all run LEDs, which is a step up from earlier halogen units. Another improvement is the assist and slipper clutch which now comes standard. This reduces lever effort, makes downshifts smoother, and in day-to-day riding reduces fatigue. The much-loved tripper navigation pod stays, offering turn-by-turn guidance powered via your phone. And now there's also a USB-C charging port on the bike so you can top up devices while on the go. Adjustable brake and clutch levers are included on the higher Aurora and Supernova trims, making them friendlier for riders with different hand sizes. And to keep things fresh, Royal Enfield has introduced a new range of colors and finishes, with Fireball, Stellar, Aurora and Supernova variants all sporting distinct themes ranging from heritage chrome to matte sporty tones. Under the skin, the Meteor 350 continues to use the J-Series single-cylinder engine, 349cc, air and oil-cooled, fuel-injected, producing 20.2 horsepower at 6,100 revolutions per minute and 27 Nm of torque at 4,000 revolutions per minute. These numbers aren't headline-grabbing but the way the engine delivers power is what matters. It is tuned for usable torque low down in the rev range, which means you don't have to rev it hard in city traffic and it feels relaxed on open roads. A balancer shaft is fitted so vibrations are kept under control, especially when compared to older Royal Enfield singles. The 5-speed gearbox is smooth enough, and with the slipper clutch you really notice an easier ride in stop-go traffic. The Meteor is not built for top-end speed runs, though you can cruise comfortably at around 90 to 100 km per hour and stretch to 110 if needed. Beyond that the engine starts to feel a bit strained, reminding you this is a relaxed cruiser, not a sports bike. Riding dynamics are where the Meteor shines for its category. It sits on a dual cradle spine frame, with a long wheelbase of 1,400 mm which gives stability when riding straight at highway speeds. The seat height is a friendly 765 mm, making it approachable even for shorter riders. Curb weight comes in around 191 kg, which does make it feel substantial, but the low center of gravity ensures balance. Suspension is handled by conventional telescopic forks up front and twin shock absorbers at the rear with preloaded adjustability, tuned for comfort rather than aggression. Braking is managed by a 300 mm front disc and a 270 mm rear disc, both equipped with dual-channel ABS. On the road, braking performance is adequate and confidence-inspiring for this segment. Fuel economy is another important point. Real-world figures show around 33 kmpl depending on how you ride, with some riders managing more. Given the 15-liter tank, you can expect a range of 400 to 450 km before needing a refuel. That makes it a solid companion for longer weekend trips. The bike does start to show vibrations at the top of the rev range, especially if you're pushing past 100 km per hour, but for its intended role it remains comfortable. One rider who shifted from a 125cc machine described the Meteor's comfort and torque as a daydream, which sums up the appeal for many. The design is where Royal Enfield continues to play strongly. The Meteor 350 has that teardrop fuel tank, wide handlebars, and long exhaust that give it a laid-back cruiser profile. The new colors for 2025 freshen things up and allow buyers to match the bike to their personality. The Fireball stands out with vibrant colors and simpler graphics, Stellar feels more restrained, Aurora goes heritage with pinstripes and chrome, While Supernova brings a premium touch with dual-tone and extra chrome, the instrument cluster is a neat mix of old and new, with a classic analog speedometer dial paired with a small digital screen showing fuel, trip, and gear position. The tripper pod sits on the side and is still one of the unique selling points in this class, as very few cruisers at this price offer integrated navigation. The ergonomics are thoughtfully designed: upright seating, mid-forward pegs, and a wide cushion seat that works for both rider and pillion. The LED headlamp upgrade also makes night rides safer and easier. Now let's talk about price. The 2025 Royal Enfield Meteor 350 starts at a superscript 11,95,762X showroom for the Fireball variant. The Stellar comes in at about a superscript 12,03,419. The Aurora at a superscript 12,06,290, and the top Supernova is priced at a superscript 12,15,883. All prices are ex-showroom. For what you pay, you get a lot of value. The Meteor doesn't try to over-deliver on power but instead focuses on giving you a well-rounded riding experience, and in that sense it competes strongly against rivals. Royal Enfield also has one of the widest service networks in India, which adds to its appeal since maintenance and spares are accessible in most regions. Another advantage is the Make It Yours customization program, where you can pick accessories and cosmetic touches right from the factory to personalize your bike. So what are the unique selling points? First, it is a cruiser with genuinely usable features like navigation, USB-C charging, LED lighting and slipper clutch at a price point where others still cut corners. Second, Royal Enfield's ecosystem of parts, accessories, and community support means you're never short of ways to make the bike your own. Third, the ergonomics are universally friendly, whether you're commuting in the city or taking a weekend ride with a pillion. And lastly, it offers classic styling with enough modern touches to keep it relevant. Of course, it does have its limits. It's not for speed chasers, it isn't the lightest or most agile in dense traffic, and some vibrations remain if you're riding hard. But those are expected compromises in this class. In the end, the 2025 Royal Enfield Meteor 350 stays true to what it has always promised: a balanced cruiser that looks good, feels comfortable, and is priced reasonably. It's ideal for riders moving up from a smaller bike who want something relaxed, stylish, and dependable for everyday use and weekend trips. The updates for 2025 make it sharper, safer, and more convenient without taking away its approachable nature. For anyone looking at this segment, the Meteor 350 remains one of the strongest recommendations we can give. That's our full review here at RideZoneBikes. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.